I know I'm not alone in saying that I think Hakeem Jeffries is one of the most annoying Democrats I have ever seen. Every time I hear him talk, it's like he's doing his best Obama impression. If you're like me, whenever he gets up there to talk, you just don't even bother to listen to what he got to say because you already know what it is. I pay close attention to this dude. I watched him. It's like clockwork. Wherever there's a speaking event, his only goal while he's there is just to disagree with whatever Donald Trump is doing. That's it. That's the only reason he's there. And he's there for nothing else. I'm up here to say whatever Donald Trump just did is stupid. And don't ask me why, because I'm just up here to disagree. I'm not here to clarify my disagreement. Just another clear as day puppet for the Democrats, man. They're going to throw him away just like they did Jasmine Crockett. Doesn't he see that? Like, it bothers me that he doesn't clearly see that as soon as they're done with him, just like Democrats love to do, they are going to use you and then throw you in the garbage. They're going to pat him on his head and go, "Good job, Hakeem, good boy. But unfortunately, we no longer have use for you." Well, you know what? Jasmine Crockett, she found out the hard way. They used her for whatever weird agenda they were trying to push, threw her away. And now this guy, he's going to have to learn the hard way too. So, you got to let him learn. You got to let him learn.
We got to talk about Hakeem Jeffries. And, you know, that brother right there at the beginning, X3 Techno, shout out to him. He was 1,000% correct. Whenever you see or hear Hakeem Jeffries talk, first off, it's discount Obama, right? He does the pregnant pause after everything. I am here today to talk about how disastrous this big ugly bill from Donald Trump is going to be. Like, bro, it is so annoying. And I came across a video a while ago of Hakeem Jeffries talking like a private conversation, and he doesn't talk like that. That's a show. That's an act. When he gets in front of a camera and he's trying to give a political speech, he turns on the pregnant pause button or whatever, and he starts trying to do this Obama impression, which is not even good. It's trash. It's annoying. Because he doesn't actually talk like that. If you watch videos of him actually talking, he doesn't do the pregnant pause. He just talks like a regular person. But yeah, and also, whenever he does talk, it's Trump bad. Whatever Trump said is terrible. Whatever he did is stupid. Whatever he did is going to destroy the world. You know, it's going to destroy the United States. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, it's the same type of thing. And recently, he's got himself into a bit of a pickle because he posted something online, a picture specifically. And I want y'all to y'all go see this picture and be like, bro, really? Why in the world did you put that up there? He posted a picture that was clearly edited of himself. And it looks like he tried to like make himself taller or something, or his waist slimmer, but he's getting roasted online for it. Check it out.
So it's online, and people are going nuts about this photo that Hakeem Jeffries posted, who is the highest ranking Democrat in the House right now. He is standing in front of this bench in Brooklyn, and people are noticing that the wood behind him seems to be warped. And no one really knows what to think about that. And as someone who has lived in New York before, these benches are everywhere. They're like the stock default bench, but the boards on here don't warp. They don't really bend. These are durable benches that are everywhere in the city for a reason. So I want to give Representative Jeffries the benefit of the doubt and say, you know, maybe he was on some weird kind of bench or whatever. So I have to find the bench. Now, the only location that we were given for this photo is that he was somewhere in Brooklyn, but I'm going to assume a couple things. I'm going to assume that he's in Prospect Heights because that's where his apartment is, and that's part of his congressional district, so it makes sense that he would be there. When we also look at this photo, we have to assume that the photographer is looking north. There's no way that he's waking up at 5 a.m. to do this when the sun is coming in from the east, so the sun has got to be setting in the west, which means that in accordance with Brooklyn's street grid and how it's lined up, we're almost definitely looking north when this photo is being taken in July. And it honestly took me like 4 minutes to find the bench. It's at 911 Pacific Avenue in Brooklyn, and it's an 8-month-old photo that I have, but this bench is not warped. I'm also leaning toward it being photoshopped because if we look at the bricks in the background, you see that they also kind of pick up just a little bit in a way that might follow whatever curvature this is. And there's not a giant tree here or anything that would seem to displace those bricks and make them bend too. So it seems like this is a digitally manipulated photo. The question though becomes, What is going on with this man? Because recently he's just been on an awful press run. This is another photo of his. Look at how many shares, look at how many comments this has. He says, I'm protecting healthcare. This is all going on in the background of the big, beautiful bill, this healthcare defunding bill, and he's standing here with a bat in his office. It doesn't really make any sense. And then there's this tweet that the Democrat account put out, which has this kind of like self-congratulatory chest-thumping thing where he was talking for 8 hours and 32 minutes to delay the big, beautiful bill. And obviously it passed, so this is just weird. And the question then becomes, I can understand people photoshopping something. I can understand people being self-conscious. People shouldn't be, self-conscious about that at all. But what is the problem with just taking a candid shot and then not touching it? Why are we doing all this performative stuff? And then you've got Chuck Schumer, his counterpart in the Senate, who is trying to chest thump over the fact that he, through procedural rules, managed to force Republicans to not have one big, beautiful bill be in the actual text of the legislation. But this is not an accomplishment. This is just more weird stuff that this is not relevant to people's lives. Then there's another thing on messaging, because Hakeem Jeffries says he's not ready to endorse Zohran Mamdani, who just won the mayoral primary nomination for the Democratic Party as a self-proclaimed socialist, which Hakeem Jeffries is not. And the reason that he said he's not ready to endorse him yet is he doesn't really know Zohran that well, and he says, my and Zohran's districts don't overlap. I have never had a substantive conversation with him. Why haven't you reached out to him? Because this is your congressional district with the mayoral election count imposed over that. He won your district outright, and not by a little, by a lot. In the first round of voting, he's crushing Andrew Cuomo. And it's all this pitter-patter. It's all this nonsense. It's whatever this is or this is. And it just leads me to think, if you have enough time to sit here in an empty park in the evening, you have enough time to invite people. Why aren't there people here? Why aren't you interacting with your constituents? Why are all of your commenters on this post just furious? Because visibility on this is all algorithmically driven. This is Zoran's most recent post comment. It's all positive. You're pissing off the people who follow you. This whatever this is distracting. This needs to stop. We need to be focused right now.
Hold on, I want to go back to where he
revealed whatever curvature this is, and there's not a
oh yeah, that's the
here
same
or
spot
anything
there.
that would
That's the same spot. He did some damn good investigative work right there. Havana Williams is where this post came from. Interesting. That's some darn good investigative work. Hey, listen, I would have taken the time to do that. I just would have laughed at the bench, but there's more people making fun of Hakeem Jeffries.
Y'all, they are talking about Hakeem Jeffries because he photoshopped his picture on Instagram. Take a look, okay? You can see it right here. The bench is kind of warped up. I'm not even going to talk about him because I'm talking to y'all through a filter right now, and I Photoshop in the whole bit. But I am going to say this. Hakeem Jeffries, if you're going to be photoshopping your pictures, you need to get yourself one of these cute little New York City influencer girls. They will teach you how to properly edit your pictures because the warp bench, it's a no-go. Look, maybe you packed on some pounds over the summer. I don't know why you even feel the need to Photoshop your picture. I didn't really know men did that, but it is what it is. Do your thing. You're going to have to properly do this. But it does beg the question, why are you Photoshopping your picture, Hakeem Jeffries? Are you trying to be a star tender at Sapphire 33? What's going on? Why did you do that? I'm just curious. Nevertheless.
Man, I kind of wonder too, like, why are you editing photos for Instagram in your, goodness gracious. Like, come on, bro. Really? Like, you can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious with this. Like, what? The fact that you didn't see that yourself before you posted it is crazy to me. How do you not see the bench is completely warped behind you? Oh, man. Goodness gracious, bro. Goodness. Sheesh Louise. It looked like he tried to make himself taller. That's what it looks like to me. But I don't know. If we got any ladies out there that are more familiar with Photoshop, y'all let me know. What did he make his waist slimmer? and that's why it's warped, or did he make himself taller, which is why it's warped? Because it looks like these like bend up, you know? Like you can clearly see on this one, like it goes straight across and then up. Same thing on this side, up. So it looks like he stretched himself to make himself look taller, which is also hilarious. Oh, man. And to actually post that, bro, is just crazy work to me. Crazy work. Anyway.
Now, some Democrats, amid the criticisms of ICE right now due to these ICE raids, have started calling for defunding ICE. Do you think that's effective going into the midterms, and do you support those calls?
Well, I definitely think that, we need aggressive oversight as it relates to the overly aggressive behavior that we've seen, from ICE, from the Department of Homeland Security. It's not what the American people actually, in my view, voted for. Yeah. Donald Trump and Republicans promised to go after violent felons, but instead they're going after law-abiding immigrant families. And in fact, in some cases, deporting American citizens and children, some with cancer. America...
That's a lie.
Is better.
It's been debunked already.
Than this. And that's the reality. In terms of what House Democrats stand for, we believe that in this country, you work hard and you play by the rules, you should be able to experience the American dream. You should be able to afford to live the good life. And we believe that that's a good paying job, good health care, good housing, good education for your children, and a good retirement. And a good retirement, by the way, means keep your hands off of Social Security and Medicare. Now and
Yeah, of course. Did the classic, we gonna go after Trump. We gonna go after Trump and lie once again, right? Of course. Goodness gracious, man. But his own constituents are sick of him. He's cooked. He's really cooked, man. I don't know.
I was watching The View today, and Hakeem Jeffries is on there. And I understand he's the House Minority Leader and all that, but he's just not the guy. He's not going to take us into the future. He is like watching paint dry. He has no fire in him. He has no fight left in him. He may be young, but he ain't got no fight. He's just not the guy. He's just not the guy.
Oh, man. Goodness gracious. So not only was he getting cooked online because of the Photoshop thing he had, but also, on the other end, Democrats don't rock with him. They want him gone. Same thing with Chuck Schumer, right? All these folks are getting pushed out of the party, and all I can do is sit back and laugh because that's the monster they made. That's the bed they made, so now they must lie in it. You made this bed. You made your party more radical. And now it's so out of control, you can't stop it. And they're just continuing to march farther and farther and farther left, starting to even leave you behind a little bit. But you're not able to keep up because you know it's unpopular. But at the same time, you're about to get voted out. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Democrats ain't going to win for a long time, boy. I tell you. Boy, I tell you, man. They are in trouble. But as always, man, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And as always, stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.